Okay, here we go.
All right.
It's loading. Alrighty, so thank you everyone for joining us. This is Technology Tuesday, and we are about to get started. So we have Danielle McGee here from Black Business Boom, and they are powering Booming University. And what she's going to teach on today is Facebook ads domination. So, Danielle.
Fantastic. Well, thanks everyone for joining me for today. I want to make sure, so we are live on Facebook, Arnella.
Yes.
All right, fantastic. On your end, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Well, we're going to jump on in because I want to make sure that I have a lot of information and I want to make sure that you guys are able to get all of it. So today we're going to be talking about Facebook ads. Facebook ads, Instagram ads, one and the same. They're all controlled in the same place. So all the principles that I'll talk about today will also um, have to do with Instagram ads if you prefer your placement to be there. So let's jump on this. So today, the topics that we'll be talking about is, what are Facebook ads? Why should you use them? Getting started with running ads for your business, Facebook ads versus boosted posts, because I get that question a lot, optimizing your ad design, and then targeting for maximum exposure. So we got a lot of stuff to cover. I had like four other topics that I wanted to cover today, but I realized that would be a much longer class. So, and this is like a crash course. And so next week we'll pick up with the rest of those topics. So make sure that you all join us for Technology Tuesday next week to get the rest of it. So let's jump on in. Facebook ads, what are they? They are the sponsored or suggested posts that you see when you scroll through your news feed. So all of those ads that you see, we see a lot more of them these days. Those are Facebook ads. You also now see in-stream video ads when you're watching videos or going through like those um, watch party playlists. You'll see ads pop up there now. Um, they also have now added sponsored messages in Facebook Messenger and Instagram. That is something that's fairly new to Facebook. So now you can actually push out paid messages to folks via Messenger, which I love. So jumping on into why. So the reason why you should be using Facebook is because everybody's on Facebook. You got 2 billion people on Facebook every day. Individuals, small businesses, and large corporations pay billions of dollars a year to show their ads to Facebook users. They are doing it because they know 86% of folks are on Facebook, so they should be spending their dollars to reach those people. So, more reason why your reach. So, you can reach, and I want to make sure that you all can. I'm going to pull some up on my screen, but I want to make sure that you all can still um, see my screen. What are you seeing, Arnella? Are you seeing the same presentation or something else that popped up on the screen?
I'm seeing your presentation.
Okay, fantastic. All righty. So I want to make sure that I get my notes up and so I don't miss any of the points I wanted to make. So your potential customers and clients are all on Facebook. Maybe not all of them, but most of them are on Facebook. Some people are using other means or not on social media at all, and that's fine. And you need to figure out your clientele, your customer base, and where they are. But I can tell you, a lot of them are on Facebook. The second reason why you should advertise on Facebook, it's hyper targeted. So that's what Facebook's specialty is targeting. So it lets you be able to target down to the hobbies, their location, favorite sports team, their language, their education, life status, finances, travel preferences, and so much more. So when you truly know who your customer is, Facebook is going to be a great place for you to be able to find them and use their targeting to make sure that your message is reaching those people. Third thing, it won't bankrupt you. It really is affordable. You decide how much money you want to spend on Facebook ads. So, you need to be wise in what that decision is, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But um, Facebook, you can run ads for $1, $2 a day. You can do some testing with a small amount like that to see how those ads go and determine where you want to put more money down the line. It's measurable. So you can measure your ad results. It's not like you're just throwing money out there. So let's say radio, for instance. A lot of folks still do radio, which is still a great means, and it really depends on who your customer is and if they're even listening to the traditional radio at this point. But when you pay to put an ad on the radio, you don't know who heard it. They can tell you what their listenership is and, how many people are tuning in at any point in the day, but you really don't have a good understanding of how many people actually heard your ad at that moment when it was played. And you don't know what that return is on that. So with Facebook ads, you can, especially if you have your Pixel installed on your website, you can track who saw the ad, but then also how many people clicked through to your website, what they added to their cart if you're selling something. Did they click this button to book a consultation or not? So it's that granular with seeing what your results are, and those results actually help you plan for your future ads. Facebook advertising can help you grow um, your web traffic as well as your foot traffic. So, no matter what type of business it is that you have, whether even if it's a service based business, Facebook ads can help you to get the people who you want visiting your website as well as visiting your business. It's also a quick way to get your brand in front of a lot of people. So again, there are 2 billion plus Facebook users. So if you do your targeting right, you can quickly, you can set up an ad today, get it approved by tomorrow, and be sending it out to your customer base within 24 hours. So it's a quick way to get your brand in front of people. Also is more effective now. So the Facebook ads have plummeted, right? So I'm sorry, your reach, your organic reach has plummeted. So using ads is a great way for you to be able to reach the audience that you want to see your pay or your content. Realistically, your likes don't even matter at this point. And I tell people all the time, even if you're deciding what type of ad campaign to run, one to get more page likes is pretty much a waste of your time and your money. Um, Realistically, they're saying that one between 3 to 7% of the people who like your page actually see the content you push out. I'm fairly certain that's intentional so that you will pay for ads. But either way, we've seen that drop over the last few years where your organic reach is not large at all. Even with the best content, you're maybe going to reach 10% of your audience. So if you want to be reaching folks on Facebook, you're going to have to pay for ads to do it. All right. And if you're listening in, feel free to drop any questions in the comments. I think Arnella is monitoring the comments, and I'll try to get to all of them before we finish up. So the first step in getting started is really determining what are your goals. Do you want people to like your page? Are you wanting them to go to your website? Do you want them to attend an event? Do you want people to download a mobile app? You need to know exactly what it is that you want people to do, because that's the only way that you're going to create the most suitable ad for your audience. And so there are, if you look at this, and I know it's kind of hard to see, you can see that there are several different categories of, of what your goals could be. So you may just want to build brand awareness. You may want people again to download an app. You may want to just generate leads. Facebook ads are great for funnels if you have a sales funnel to generate leads. If you want actual sales and conversions, you can push an ad specifically for that. So the first thing you need to do is determine what exactly why are you running these ads? Because if you are choosing to run an ad for store visits when really you're just trying to get people to download an app, then you're going to miss the mark there. So you really need to understand what it is that you're trying to get folks to do. Are you just trying to get them to watch this video that you created, and have some sort of call to action in the video? So that's the very first thing you need to figure out is what are your goals with running your ads? Second thing, know your audience. Do you want to target men, women, both? Are they single? Where do they live? What do they like to do? So again, what are their hobbies? What language do they speak? Um, do they have children? So these are all of the things which realistically, as a business owner, we should know. Like we should know exactly who our target customer is. If you are specifically saying, so right now I've been watching the Bulls, um, the show about the Bulls. I can't remember the name right now, but anyway, The Last Dance. That's the name. So I've been watching The Last Dance, and so let's say I wanted to run an ad to target people who um, would likely be watching that. I mean, it's likely that The Last Dance is an interest that I can target on Facebook. But if not, anyone who's a Bulls fan more than likely is watching the show. If you're a Michael Jordan fan, if you like ESPN, you may be watching the show. So you need to know exactly who it is that you're trying to reach because there are a lot of folks on Facebook. And I'm telling you, I'm sure we've all seen where there's an ad that's being pushed out and you're like, why am I seeing this? Like I get stuff for events. I saw one for like events in Omaha, and I was like, I've never been to Omaha, and I don't ever intend on going. So I don't know why I'm seeing this ad because they didn't target appropriately, or they targeted based on one thing that I liked. I think it was a reggae event, so they just happened to see that maybe I liked reggae, and that's the only targeting they did. They didn't do anything location specific. So, Arno, were there any questions so far from the Facebook audience?
Not so far.
No?
I'm
Okay.
on here and Facebook, so.
Okay. Fantastic. All right. So, and again, please feel free to drop any questions or comments that you have. The next step is really knowing your budget. So you can start small. Again, you don't have to have a huge budget, but you just need to know what that budget is. Like you need to know, okay, I can afford to put $2 a day into my business. Um, it $60 a month. That's what I have to spend on Facebook ads. That's perfectly fine. Just know that. Um, you have to know getting started with ads, it's likely that you will lose money. As you're trying to optimize and figure out what people are going to click on, what looks the best, what's the best copy, all those things, you're going to probably pour some money into that, trying to figure out what's going to be um, the best ad to run and what the best placement is for that ad. You're going to probably lose a few dollars. So you should know that going into running ads. Find the winners. So I'm all about doing split testing, and Facebook Ad Manager makes it very easy for you to run several ads simultaneously and to see what do people like and what's converting the most. Once you find that winner, once you've done that split testing and you find that winner, you are going to win big. Like once you figure that out and you can just keep doing that, that's when you really have mastered your ads and you're really going to start to get the most bang for your buck. All right, now we're going to jump into the ad manager. The ad manager is where you go to create new ads, edit and manage existing ads, view ad reports. So all of your tracking and performance stuff can be found there. Manage your pixel event. So that's where you go um, to get your pixel code, get it installed on your website, and then set up your events. And when I say pixel events, I mean, what is it that you're wanting to track on your website? Are you wanting to track what people are adding to their carts? Are you wanting to be able to track, if they're pushing the button to book? Are you wanting to track, that they're submitting a request? Those are pixel events that you can set up through your website so that the Facebook pixel is able to see every time someone goes to your website, which is an event in itself, is someone just going to your website. Once when they go to the website, what are they doing? You need to know that. It really is important in business to know, well, I have 10 t-shirts that I'm selling, but it looks like everybody keeps putting, because a lot of times people will put stuff in their cart and will check out. So it's nice to know what they're putting in their cart. And then it's nice to be able to push an ad directly to those people who put it in their cart and tell them that they forgot it in their cart, right? So those are all the type of things that you can do with the Pixel. In the ads manager, you can update your budgets and a whole lot more. So we're going to dive into some of the things that you can do with the ads manager. So the first level is your campaign level. So once you go and you press the button and you say, I want to run an ad, these are some of the things that you'll see. So the first thing, and if you don't know how to access the Facebook Ads Manager, if you are the page admin and you go to your page on the left hand side of the page, you should see something that says Create Ads. Once you click that, Facebook will set up your Ads Manager. Um, and and then you'll start to see the pages to be able to set up an ad. All right, so the first thing, jumping on into the campaign level. So, again, the first thing you need to know is, what are your objectives? What did you come to do? Like, what is the purpose in this ad? Are you trying to get people to your store? Are you trying to get, foot traffic in your doors? Are you just trying to build brand awareness? That's going to be your first step, is choosing that. Once you've chosen your objective, you're going to choose your campaign name. And if you don't choose a campaign name, it's just going to give you a generic name, which will be based on whatever the objective is that you chose. There also will be an option to set up your budget on that page. So those are the things that you'll see when you first jump into creating an ad. And that's just like kind of the high level campaign stuff. What country you're in, what currency, time zone, those type of things. So then we're going to go to the second level. And the second level, here we go, is your ad set level. So this is where you're going to set up your settings for your traffic, your audience, your offer, your placements, and your budget. And I'm going to tell you what those things mean. So, again, you've already chosen what the objective is. So the first thing is the traffic setting. So you want to choose whether you want people to go to your website, your app, or to send you a message on Messenger. So you get to decide how people who click on your ad or engage with your ad, how you want them to engage with you. Do you want them to go directly to your website? Do you want them to download an app, or do you want them to send you a message on Messenger? And that's I've used Messenger as an option. And if you're going to use Messenger as an option, you either need to make sure that you are going to be available, or someone's going to be available to reply to those messages, or that you've set up a messenger bot. And a messenger bot is an AI bot that you set up that flow. You kind of have an idea of what that conversation is going to look like, and you create a flow according to that. Um, the great thing about Messenger is like once some is that the people who like your page, for instance, if you have 5,000 people who like your page, you can't just decide to message all 5,000 of them. They have to message you first, or you have to pay for a message for a messenger ad. And so by doing choosing messenger as your traffic source, then you can make it so that people message you, so then you can go back and message them. So it's a good strategy to get the people who already have liked your page or others to send you a message so that you can then get them into a funnel through messenger. The next thing is, what is your offer? If you are running a promotion on your business, which you can do, so you can say, I want to offer 10% off through Facebook. You can run a promotion, you create an offer, and then it even send people can save that, and you can even send reminders about it. Your audience. This is where you define who you want to show your ads to. And a little bit later in the presentation, we'll talk more about those audiences. You can either create a new audience or use a saved audience or create a custom audience composed of people who've already interacted with your business online or offline. So you actually, Facebook has made it so that you can actually enter folks that have come into your store or attended your event or something like that, whether or not they interacted with your business on Facebook. Placements. So you can choose to have Facebook decide the placements automatically or choose yourself. Um, I'm not a huge fan of choosing manual placements. I let Facebook do it for me. But what that means is, where do people see this ad? So on desktop, do they see it in that right column on desktop? Or is it going to come through their feed on mobile? Do you want it to show on Instagram? Do you want it to be on Messenger? You can make those decisions. So if you solely want to run an ad on Instagram, this when you choose your placements, that's where you would make that decision. And then you'll also have an option here for your budget, so and schedule. So in this section, you decide whether you want a daily budget or a lifetime budget. So you can say, I want to spend $5 a day, or I have $200 overall to spend on this ad, and Facebook will give you an estimate of your total weekly spend. All right, moving on to the third level, which is your actual ad level. So this is where you're actually going to start creating. So all that was just leading up to this. I mean, it's a lot. It sounds like a lot to do, but again, it can have a huge payoff. So at this point, this is where you're going to actually start designing what your ad looks like, what people are going to see. And so the first thing, you're going to choose your identity. So are you wanting to run this on a Facebook page? If so, which one, if you manage several, or Instagram account, and which Instagram account, because you may have several that you're managing. Format. So you can choose how you want your ad to look. Do you want a single image? Do you want a video? Is it a slideshow? Is it a carousel? Which carousel ads are when there's like multiple pictures that you can slide through. Those are all some of the different formats that you can use. So if you choose mobile placements at the ad level set, you can even have like a full screen landing page ad. So there are all of these different options for what your format is. And then your link and your text. So this is where you determine what is the copy that people are going to see. So this is the text that you're going to put in, what website you want them to click through. That's where you would put that information. And then that is pretty much the end of creating the actual ad. on in the Facebook ad manager. All right, moving on through. If no one has any questions, I'll check the Zoom to see, but I don't see anything in the chat. Cool. All right. Next, we're going to talk about boosted posts versus ads, because I get asked all the time, what is the difference and which one is better? Boosted posts are literally published posts from your page that you boost or promote to your followers or another target audience. So it's literally something that you posted, and for whatever reason, you want more people to see that particular post. That is what a boosted post is. I'm going to run through the difference between boosted posts versus ads, and then I'll let you all decide for yourselves which ones you feel um, are best. And some people really like boost, some people feel like it's a waste of money. So we'll go through and just talk about what are the differences between the two and some of the capabilities for the two. So um, the objective um, is limited. With boosted posts, you only have 3 objectives. With ad campaigns, you have 11 objectives to choose from. So with boosted posts, you can only choose from engagement, traffic, and messages. Those are the only 3 things that you can say that you want to get from boosting your posts. Whereas for your ads, you have all those 11, including store visits, brand awareness, reach, all those. So that's one difference. Budget control. Your boosted post, you can only choose your total budget. So you can only say, I want to spend $30 on this. You can't choose a daily amount with boosted posts versus ads, where you can choose a daily or a lifetime budget. Ad scheduling. When you boost the post, the ad will start running right away. You can't schedule it. You can't say start running this in 3 days when this program launches. You can set an end date. You can say I only want to run it until next Friday, but you can't say when you want it to start. Once you boost it, it's boosted. It's going. With ads, you can set a start and an end date for your ads. So if you're going on vacation and you won't be able to or respond to messages, you can adjust based on that. You can plan your ads in advance for specific programs or projects that you're rolling out. You can do all kind of things as far as scheduling. So that's another difference. Your audience targeting is limited with boosted posts. So you can choose audience targeting, but it's very limited. For instance, you can target people by their language, but you can't add a connection type. So you can target people who liked your page, I'm sorry, you can't target by their language is what I meant to say, but you can choose a connection type. So if you want to target people who like your page already, or the friends of people who like your page, you can do that. It's not hyper targeted like Facebook ads. So with Facebook ads, you have so many different audience types and you can create as many as you want, down to the interest or hobby level. So that's another difference. With both, you can target geographically, so that with either one, you can target a particular city, zip code, town, state, country. Um, with both, you can target age and gender, so you are able to choose that with both. With you can target and you can do some targeting based on audience interests and behaviors with both boosted ads. I'm sorry, boosted posts and ads. Um, Language targeting. You cannot target an audience language with boosted posts. So with ads, if you are specifically trying to target people who spoke Spanish, you could choose to do that. versus with boosted posts, whatever language it was initially in, that is the language it's going to be in for the boost. Ad placement. Your post will only appear on both desktop and mobile news feeds. Um, you can't just choose one or the other, it'll appear on both. And with ads, of course, you have full control over where you want your ads to appear. So you can ask for them to just be on the desktop news feed. You can ask for them to just be on mobile or just be on Instagram. It's up to you, and you have that flexibility when you create an ad. Let's see, the ad delivery. So, and I know I'm going into more than what you all see on the screen, but I want to make sure you all really get the difference. Um, Again, you boosted posts, you cannot boost your Facebook post on Instagram. Or if you're on Instagram, if it's an Instagram post, you will also get the message asking you to boost it. And you can boost it there on Instagram and show it to more people. That's like when you post something and it's like, this is performing 80% better than all your other posts. Do you want to show it to more people? And then you can pay. That's an Instagram boost. You should see the same thing when you post on Facebook. Um, Ads, you can choose to show your ads on both Facebook and Instagram. Uh, yeah, so that's kind of, and the last one I will give you, because I think this one is important, is with a boosted post, you can't retarget people. So you can't, um, if you have your pixel installed and you want to target messages based on who has visited your website and taken certain actions, you can't do that with a boost. You can do it with a regular ad if your pixel is installed on your website. So again, I wanted to make sure you all really got the difference between the two, because I mean, they both can have their benefits. Of course, overall, your ads are much more flexible, much more customized. That's the direction I suggest going in. But if you just want to quickly get something out there and you're trying to get it to people who you're already connected with, then a boost may be, an easy way and a fast way for you to do that. All right, rolling on through. I'm going to check the Zoom. Nothing in the chat. Again, make sure you all feel free to drop any questions or comments that you have in the chat, and I'll pop over and get them. All right. Next thing, optimizing your ad design, because if you don't have a good ad design, then you've just wasted your money regardless. Like, you can do all the targeting you want to, and if your ad design is not optimized and your ad doesn't look good, it's not going to convert. So, good design, make sure target audience engage with your brand. And so, taking a step back, you need to know what your brand is. Like, you need to have an understanding of what your brand is, what your message is, what your brand voice is, what your brand colors are before you start to create these ads. But anyway, good design makes your target audience engage with your brand. You need to optimize your Facebook ad design so that people in your target audience will engage with your ad and do whatever it is that you want them to do to meet your campaign objective. If you want them to download a free ebook, your ad design should encourage that and get people to download your stuff, right? So you need to make sure that your ad speaks to get this download, get this ebook. Your design communicates your brand. If your design looks elegant and luxurious, then people are going to associate your brand with being elegant and luxurious. If your design is fun, then people are going to think of you as a fun-loving brand. So again, you need to know, what is your brand, what is the voice and message of your brand, so that you can make sure that that comes across, and people know exactly who you are through those ads. Um, Good design makes you more visible to people. If you ever come across a unique ad that's gone viral or that's been shared many times, by many people, then you can understand why good design makes your brand highly visible. The more unique and engaging your ad design is, the more people will share your ad. Remember that getting excellent organic reach on a paid advertisement helps lower your ad costs. So if you are putting out good content that people want to share, then I mean that's going to lower the cost that you have associated with this particular advertisement. So the more you can get people to organically engage, so that's really a goal of mine, is to put out ads that I'm paying to push out, but are going to have high engagement and high amounts of shares and comments and likes and tags, so that it lowers my costs. Um, Good design also drives conversions. So don't underestimate the power of a good design. When you have a well-designed advertisement with a compelling design, it speaks directly to the people viewing your ad. If they see themselves in your design, they'll be more willing to follow your call to action, right? So if I am a Black business owner, my brand is Black Business Boom, and I'm trying to reach Black business owners, I might want to throw some Black business owners, some Black folks that look like they're business owners in the ad, right? So I wouldn't want to throw someone who doesn't fit that criteria in the ad. And you have to be mindful of those type of things. For instance, if you were a grandmother and you see an ad with a heartwarming image of a child getting a hug from his grandma, that would make you compelled to engage and see what this ad is about and possibly take some action. Good design reinforces your ads message. So it's important to truly understand what this point means. So some advertisers only care about having a nice image. Some only care about the message because they believe it's more important than the graphics. However, if you're using an eye-catching image and it conveys a message that resonates with the target audience, that will result in more conversions. So you want to make sure that you are focused in on what that message is, as well as what the actual design is and what image is present in the ad. All right, now we're going to talk about how to actually optimize your Facebook ad design. Oh, I hope this is helpful so far. I know it's kind of a lot of information. So I'm going to try to wrap it up. I'm going to try to hurry up through these last couple slides. So use great visuals. So it is a great idea, to use great visuals and to pay someone to get you some high quality visuals. Um, Stock images can be great, but really original graphics are going to be best for your brand. um, I've used both, but a lot of times the stock photos just look cheesy, and so if you're going to use stock photos, make sure they are good stock photos. But if you are going to take the leap to invest in Facebook ads, take the leap to hire a photographer. It will definitely increase your conversions to have good images. Using up close photos of people's faces. People like to see up close photos with people smiling and happy, or whatever even if it's a somber, event, then, just finding a great image, usually with an up close face, has more conversions. Use location specific images. If you're promoting a local business, you should use images which showcase your city or your state. For example, if you're promoting an event in Paris, France, you can probably use an image of the Eiffel Tower as a backdrop, right? People are going to instantly recognize Eiffel Tower and that this is, something in Paris. Use carousel ads if possible. I talked about those earlier, and they are very high converting. So carousel ads are awesome if you have an excellent, if you have a great collection of high quality images. You can create a theme or a story with just a few connected images. So if you're going to do a carousel, you want to make sure that those images, are connected to one another. And when used correctly, carousel ads can really create an effect similar to a panoramic shot. So carousel ads are a great way to get higher conversions on Facebook ads. Next thing on optimizing your ad design is your value proposition. And I think this is my last, oh no, this is the last point on this one. So having a strong value proposition. What is the pain point you're solving? People want to know how you are benefiting their life. Asking questions can be a great way to get that engagement that'll help you to lower your costs. So putting a question in there that makes people either answer it or makes people think um, can help you. Add a little humor. A funny or witty headline is catchy. It stops people in their tracks a lot of times. So like the attorney guy who's been going viral for the last year or so, he's a divorce attorney. You think there's nothing funny about that, but apparently it is. And he's found it and he's putting it out there and he's going viral. And I'm sure his business has boomed due to that. Use language your audience will understand. So the jargon and the terminology that you use in your ad, make sure that the people who you're trying to reach will truly understand what you're talking about. Um, if you and also another great thing to do is to include social proof and testimonials. If you have customer reviews, pick the best ones, use it in your ad. If you got a lot of users or customers, mention that too. We have over 50,000 people who have downloaded our app. People are like, oh, okay, well, let me go see what it's about. They want to know what that social proof is. And then the last thing is have a clear call to action. So if you want them to download something, you need to tell them to download. Like you need to make it very clear what the action is that you want people to take. So again, I got about 11 minutes, so let me try to breeze through these last few things. Um, what is a custom audience? So, custom audiences are composed of a group of people who have already interacted with your business on Facebook. So, and it could be offline or on Instagram. Targeting this particular group usually results in higher conversions, and Facebook will already create you a custom audience for you. They're not total strangers, so they're warmer leads. So they typically will convert higher because they are a warmer lead. A lookalike audience. So a lookalike audience is an audience that has similar characteristics to an existing audience that you have. So again, with there being 2 billion people that log into Facebook every month, it's nice to be able to say, I want to target people who are closely related and have characteristics closely similar to the people who I already have in this audience that have already engaged with me. And their algorithm can scope out who those people are and detect them so that you can target them specifically. Some of the custom audiences that you can create yourself. So if you have a customer file, so let's say you are using MailChimp and you are getting emails through MailChimp, you can upload that email file to Facebook and target people who've already done business with you, who already given you their email address through MailChimp. You can target through people who visited your website or downloaded your app or performed some sort of activity on your app. You can even target now offline events. If you've had an event or you have people who come in your store who interact with you, you can upload those folks to Facebook, or you can create an audience based on people who have already engaged with you. All right, so I did make it to the end. So next week, on same time next Tuesday. We're going to talk about Facebook retarget marketing. So let's dive in deeper into that pixel and how do you go back to these people who are in your audience and retarget them and make sure that they see the ads that you're running. We're going to talk about split testing for optimum performance. So how do we test different ads to make sure that we're using the right one to capture the best amount or the most amount of people and have the lowest cost per click. And then also, how do we create a lead capture funnel using Facebook to capture leads? So those are the things that we will talk about next week. I know I had to breeze through some of that stuff. So if you have any questions, here's how you can get in touch with me. Again, my name is Danielle McGee. I'm the founder of Black Business Boom. So you can reach me on the Black Business Boom Facebook page, at Black Business Boom on Instagram, or by email at info@Black Business Boom. Also, if you look up Danielle McGee on LinkedIn or Facebook, you can message me on either of those. And so that is pretty much all I had. I don't see that there were any. Thanks, Kiara. Kiara says so helpful. I'm so glad you got to join, Kiara. Hope to see you next Tuesday. We're gonna dive even deeper into some of this stuff, and I'm gonna share my screen and go over to the ad manager and show you even more there. Make sure you invite a friend if you are listening on live or if you are here in the Zoom with us. Make sure you tell a friend that they can go to the was it mbic.eventbrite.com, Arnella?
Yes.
Yes, MBIC, as in Nashville Business Incubation Center, mbic.eventbrite.com, and you'll see all of the classes that we have there. Again, this is 8 weeks worth of coursework that we're putting out to you completely free of charge. And we are having classes almost every day of the week. So there's people who come and talking about all type of financial help for businesses. We have folks the Tech Tuesdays. We have the fitness stuff on Wellness Wednesdays, and then we have Thorough Thursdays. I think we're going to be talking about cybersecurity Thursday. So there's all kind of stuff that we're rolling out because we truly do want to partner Boomin University, powered by Black Business Boom, along with MBIC. We're all about finding a way to give back to our business communities so that, our entrepreneurs in Nashville are prepared and especially able to, really pivot, protect and profit, like the series says, even once we get out of this thing. So we want to give you stuff that you can do while we're here in this COVID-19 pandemic, and also things that you can do once this is over that'll still help you to sustain your business. So I hope, again, that this was helpful. Thanks so much for tuning in. Arnella, we didn't have any questions on Facebook, did we?
No, we do not. We have one comment that says, "Thank you, Danielle. Helpful information." And someone
Oh,
said, "Good information as well." So,
fantastic. Well, I'm glad it can help me. Again, please feel free to reach out if you have any questions. All righty.
alrighty, guys. Thank you for joining us for Technology Tuesday. Danielle, thank you again. And I am super
Absolutely.
excited for next week's class. So,
Yes, me
have a good
too.
rest of your Tuesday, guys.
All righty. Bye bye.